Hi everybody, Jada here. I'm at Windrush Estates Winery in the emerging region of Hockley Valley. I'm here with the owners, Marilyn and John, who've agreed to talk to us a little bit about wine. So thank you so much, Marilyn and John, for allowing us to be here today.
Welcome,
it's our pleasure. What made you decide to open a winery and get into the wine business?
Well, we had owned this property since 2003, and we have 68 acres. However, we built a chateau, 11,000 square feet in 2003, mainly for entertaining, because I was in the wind power business, and I needed to raise tens of millions of dollars a year for that from investors. And Marilyn was running a national charity she founded in the '90s, and she had to raise $1 million a year for the kids. So that was our lifestyle for 15 years. And then the province decided it didn't require any more renewable energy, and so we were thinking about pivoting into something else. It was then that a local hotel had opened up their own winery facility, and we went over, had a tasting, and found out that we had the same type of soil. We were on the north bench, there on the south bench of the Hockley Valley, a 17-kilometer long microclimate. And so we thought maybe we could get into the wine business. However, it's not as simple as that. And so the key thing of any business is distribution. And we didn't want to take 10 years to build up a customer base. So we looked into it and made a decision not to go into the LCBO, mainly because unless you're doing very high volumes, the taxes are around 51%. And so it makes it very difficult for a small winery. And so that meant that we were looking at high-end restaurants. And we wanted to make amazing wines for high-end restaurants. Fortunately, we own control of a company that's in the food service business, and our customers said, yes, they would buy our wines if we had it. So that was how we got started. And then launching our first 42,000 bottles of 3 vintages in June of 2018, we had 40 restaurants by December. And then the world changed. And now we're open to the public. We had to open a wine store on the premises. We sell online, so one of the things about going to the LCBO is convenience. But you can order online from us, and it's convenient. It'll be shipped to you free for a case order.
That's amazing. So, as John said, the taxes on getting a wine into the LCBO are 51%, which is extremely high, and that's a big reason why Ontario craft winemakers who are putting so much effort, time, and love and soul into making a small batch wine, that's another reason why they don't want to put that wine in the LCBO, because the tax is astronomical. So buying direct from the winery, you have access to all these amazing wines that will never hit the shelf simply because of reasons like taxes being too high, or there isn't a large enough volume of that wine being produced. Are there any other additional challenges with wine in the LCBO that you've encountered?
Well, I mean, it is a long process, and you have to go into bidding cycles. I think the biggest challenge is that the LCBO does scour other countries, and they pick up somebody that wants to clear out their warehouse at exceptional pricing. It makes it very difficult for us to compete with that as well.
So as we know from other aspects in our life, convenience does not equal quality. And with being able to purchase online, you are able to access that quality where you otherwise could not. So definitely places like this, having the ability to have an online store is incredible. Now with COVID and restaurants being closed, that is a big part of what small wineries depend on to stay open. So it's even more important in times like this to seek out these special wines. Not only are you getting something that's really different and unique, you are supporting local farmers and local Ontario business owners as well. And you produce a Pinot Noir here. There's 2 Pinot Noirs that are produced here, and You mentioned that you have a story about the Pinot Noir.
Yeah, so our Pinot Noir Reserve has won a gold medal in London, England in April, which gives us some international recognition. And it is an amazing wine. Our style is an Oregon style, so it's a lighter, friendlier wine. And you can drink it with lamb, chicken, seafood, pasta, pizza, tomato dishes, and just sit down and have it with cheese. But we were able to get it into the Cineplex VIP cinemas in the reserve wine list. And so Marilyn and I decided to go down and try it out 2 years ago before they all closed for a year and a half. And so in the VIP theaters, there are waiters and there's wine, and they serve food directly to your seat. So we ordered the Pinot Noir, and when I go out to eat, I always have dessert because I'm not allowed to have it at home. However, so there was 2 desserts to choose from. One was cinnamon donuts and one was ice cream, and I didn't want ice cream dribbling down in front of me in the dark, so I ordered the cinnamon donuts. And Marilyn, who eats very particularly, doesn't eat donuts because they're fried in fat. That's why I like them. Anyway, she's sitting beside me. The movie starts. I have some donuts. Half an hour later, I have some more donuts. Half an hour later, I put my hand in the bag, and it was empty. And I turned to her and said, "What?" And she leaned forward with a guilty look and said, "It really pairs well with Pinot Noir." And so we have cinnamon donuts on our pairing list.
Oh, that's amazing. So you did hear that correctly. We have established a wine that pairs well with donuts. You've heard it correct, right, directly from the winemaker, wine and donuts. So we're definitely going to have to work that into a pairing when we bring the wine home.